In this video, I'm going to demystify the three main Kubernetes service types: ClusterIP, NodePort, and LoadBalancer. These service types are essential for managing how your application is accessed within and outside of your Kubernetes cluster. Let's break it down quickly and simply. First up is ClusterIP. This is the default service type in Kubernetes. A ClusterIP service exposes your application on a cluster internal IP, meaning it's only accessible from within the cluster. You can think of it as an internal-only service. For example, other services or pods in your cluster can communicate with it using the IP you get when you run kubectl get services. Next is NodePort. A NodePort service is similar to ClusterIP, but with one key difference. It also opens a specific port on each node in your cluster. This allows the service to be accessed externally by using the node's IP address and the specified port. So when you access node IP NodePort, the request is routed to the cluster IP, and from there, it reaches your application. Essentially, NodePort extends the accessibility of your service to the outside world. Finally, we have LoadBalancer. This service type is often used in cloud environments. It creates an external load balancer that distributes incoming traffic across multiple nodes. The load balancer service combines the features of ClusterIP and NodePort and adds an external IP address that you can use to access your service. The load balancer handles the distribution of traffic to the nodes, and from there, it's routed to the appropriate ClusterIP and port. To sum it up, ClusterIP is for internal cluster communication. NodePort exposes your service externally at a specific port on each node. LoadBalancer gives you an external IP that distributes traffic across your nodes. Understanding these service types helps you control how your application is accessed and scales within and outside of your Kubernetes cluster. If this explanation helped clarify the differences between these Kubernetes service types, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more Kubernetes tips. And if you're managing large amounts of data or disk space, make sure to check out our last video where we break down a simple command to find the largest files and directories on your system.